What's up, nerds? It's 2019, and we are ready to give you our most anticipated films for this year. 2019 has a bunch of great films coming out. A lot of nerdy films, a lot of indie films. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff coming out. Some of them look great, could be disappointing, and vice versa. So we're just going to give you a list of our top most anticipated. One movie that I'm looking forward to that Martin's like, yeah, maybe I'll go see, Glass. I really want to see Glass.
I really like Split. Like, it was a surprise for me. Like, I really did.
And Unbreakable was awesome.
I'm not a big fan of Unbreakable. So then when I found out it's all kind of connected, I'm like, oh, okay. The trailers have all been good. They've all been good. So I am looking forward to it. I just, I'm like, not my top.
And I'm looking forward to Glass because there was this whole rumor that it's going to have that M. Night Shyamalan twist where, something crazy is going to happen that we don't expect.
Of course, every M. Night Shyamalan.
But see, I'm afraid of him messing it up because so far it's worked out great for him. Mm-hmm. What if
he's the last 2 or 3 movies he's done pretty good. Another one that I am actually kind of looking forward to. Although when I first saw trailers, I'm like, this doesn't look good. But then the second and third trailer, I'm like, oh, you know what? It looks pretty fun. I'm not expecting it to be great, but I'm looking forward to it because it's one of my favorite directors. It's Alita Battle Angel.
Yes, that one actually looks really good.
Robert Rodriguez.
And it has Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, so I mean, like, the movie looks out there enough for me to be like, this is different, and I'm actually excited.
And it's a cool mix of CGI and real actors, even though the CGI has a real actress.
Yeah.
But I mean, it has like that anime feel as well.
Well, I mean, it's based off of anime.
Right, it's based off an anime, but it has that anime feel where they have like the large eyes and everything. So I'm actually looking forward to that.
It's weird though because like at first I was like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like, I don't want to.
It looked a little weird,
but it looks good though.
So another movie we're looking forward to is an underrated animated feature. The first 2 were awesome. And How to Train Your Dragon looks awesome. The third one. And the final one, from what I hear. So
it sucks because it never gets talked about ever, especially when talking about greatest animated movies.
It should be up there.
It's way up there. For me, it's way up there.
The first 2 made me cry. How's that? It has to be. It has to be one of the best. And I'm hoping the third one delivers and gives us a perfect trilogy.
Yeah, no, I am looking forward to it a lot though.
Yeah.
It's weird because this movie, it's a Marvel movie.
Yep.
It's the first Marvel movie that has a female lead.
Yes.
And yet, for some reason, I'm not looking forward to it.
Well, you know why though? It got overshadowed by Avengers Endgame.
Exactly.
Everyone was looking forward to Avengers Endgame trailer that we forgot about Captain Marvel.
Because the first trailer didn't do much for me. The second trailer didn't do much for me.
I liked them both, only because they showed Blockbuster. But I'm looking forward to it because it takes place in my favorite decade, the 90s. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see where Avengers Infinity War sent out the signal to Captain Marvel. How is that going to tie back into the end of this film? So I'm looking forward to see how it ties in. And it comes out, I think, a month before Avengers Endgame. One of the trailers that a lot of us were looking forward to, and only because we loved Get Out, Us. The trailer came out, and it gave a whole new spin on that song.
I got 5 on it.
And it just, over time, creeped us out. Like, now we're afraid to listen to the song. I can't listen to that song alone in the car because now I think of a creepy kid crawling around. So Us looks really interesting.
It looked weird. Although, you know what the funniest part about that scene was? In the very beginning where they're in the car?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, come on, like, stay on beat. And then she proceeds to be off beat while she's doing this whole thing. I got 5. But she's like way off.
Yeah, she doesn't know what she's doing.
I want to see what else he could do though other than horror.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to this. So
I just want to see if he can, his sophomore entry is going to be just as good or better.
Yeah.
And it's
so far it looks really. I think it looks more intriguing than Get Out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I want to know what the mystery is behind that. So that's another one.
Tim Burton hasn't made the best movies in the last 10 years.
Not really.
Like, ever since even the Alice in Wonderland, I didn't like it. The Willy Wonka,
Alice in Wonderland wasn't bad.
I did not like Willy Wonka whatsoever.
Yeah, that was a little creepy.
But this new Dumbo movie, dude,
Looks good.
Oh man, it, like in the trailer, man. There's that scene with the trunks. I think I'm gonna cry for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
I'm gonna cry.
I think it's gonna bring Tim Burton back to form.
I hope so, because
he's gonna adapt.
It reminds me a little bit of Big Fish, and and because I love Big Fish, like that's like the last.
He might be tapping back into something like that.
That's like the last movie I love that he made.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, Dumbo looks like
Dumbo
a tearjerker.
looks really good, and it looks like it's going to be faithful to the cartoon for the most part.
Well, you know these
minus the racist scenes,
right? but you know, like recently, all the newer Disney live action movies have been pretty faithful.
Yeah, so far,
more or less.
And there's been a couple of hits, a couple of misses. So this is just another coin in the air. We'll see what happens.
Especially with Tim Burton, so who knows?
Dun dun dun. So one of the surprise trailers was Captain Marvel. But I'm not talking about Brie Larson. I'm talking about Shazam! Shazam looks really good, man.
Yeah, it does.
I'm excited to see it. And Shazam was originally named Captain Marvel when it first debuted, and then now it's Shazam. So, looks really good. It's that it kind of gives you that cross between like it's a kid becoming a hero. It's a kid growing big like Tom Hanks. So it's gonna be interesting.
I love those aspects of it.
Yeah,
it's like Big meets Superman.
Yes, so it's gonna be so awesome.
And and then like, but he's gonna be. I don't know. Like the trailer was hilarious.
Yes, and you know what? I think that's a route DC has not touched yet. They're not. It's going to be probably one of the first light-hearted, funny DC films.
Because like the Aquaman movie was great.
Yeah,
but it was very campy.
It wasn't really necessarily dark.
No, it wasn't at all.
But Shazam is going to be. It looks a lot more lighthearted. Looks a lot more fun. Take the kids to see it. Kind of movie. So Shazam's one we're looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that a lot.
David Arbor is playing Hellboy. And if you don't remember who he is, he's the cop in Stranger Things. Really great actor. Has done a lot of great work. He looks like Hellboy to me. Maybe a slightly uglier version of Hellboy, but I'm looking forward to it. It looks good. It looks funnier. It doesn't have that Guillermo del Toro look. It doesn't look so medieval or gothic.
But it's got that like sense. Like the same sense of humor.
Yeah, it has that same sense of humor.
Because I thought this was gonna be like dark and like crazy, but then you watch the trailer, it's like
it's just like they did on the other two.
All right.
And the other two were dark.
I was not a big fan of Hellboy, to be honest.
No, Hellboy. I liked the first two Hellboys. Golden Army was good. I wish they did a third, but I'm looking forward to this one. I want to see if they can do something better, maybe something more fun. But I mean, it has to be faithful to the comics, so we'll just see.
It doesn't have to, but it just seems like more of the same, but
it could be.
It's like a mix of like it looks dark, but then like it's light, and so I don't know if that's gonna translate very well.
So hopefully, I'm looking forward to it. So I'll be there opening night.
So, Avengers Endgame. I don't like the title.
I like it.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the title.
I feel like the fans chose it.
This is the end game. No, they did not.
I feel like they chose it.
And if they did, this is a terrible title.
I feel like the Russo brothers could have chosen any other title.
It doesn't matter what the title's going to be. The movie's going to be the movie.
Well, I think what they did is they went back to every single Marvel movie and they were like, what cool word or words were said multiple times in each of the films.
When was Endgame used other than in Infinity War?
It was used in Avengers. Like, up there, that's the Endgame. And then it was used by Doctor Strange. It was used a couple times. Endgame has been mentioned. So, it's been, hinted. Not that it was the major plan, but it makes sense. It's the end of Phase 4 and all the films that we've seen for the last 10 years. What are you most looking forward to with this movie?
I want to know where the world's at.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how far after the snap happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want there to be, let's say 2-3 years later.
Oof.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
the rumor's 5.
Okay, so that's even better.
Yeah.
Because like, imagine people are like finally getting to back to normal and people are thriving and the world's actually like doing better because there's less people on it.
Yeah.
And then imagine like the consequences of bringing all those people back. It's gonna be worse.
It could be worse unless they go back in time, which is the theory, which is gonna happen. Is so obvious.
I guess
they're gonna go back in time.
I'm
and
not a
repair
fan
everything.
of that. I'm not a fan of the.
But it's one of the few things that has not happened in the Marvel movies.
I know, but
So
that's
time
why
travel is
I
like the end game.
I guess
It makes the most sense. One movie that I was like, how the hell are they going to make this? Because it sounds so stupid. And then the trailer dropped, and I was like, holy crap, this looks really good.
Oh, you know how you just said that it sounds really stupid?
Yeah.
I thought it looked really stupid.
Really?
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu. It looks awesome because it looks so faithful to the Pokemon characters. They didn't try to get too realistic like they're doing with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
they
I guess.
they backed up and said they're cute, they're cuddly. This is how they're supposed to look, and they're bringing them into this real world scenario. Weird choice to start with a Pokemon universe movie, but
Right.
Ryan Reynolds as the voice of
So,
Pikachu
to
sounds
me-
hilarious already.
To me, it just sounds like Deadpool voicing Pikachu. Like, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, well, I mean that's why we're
So-
getting all those memes of like the Deadpool Pikachu in a Deadpool costume.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it looks hilarious. I think I'm gonna be there with my kids, so I'm excited to see it.
I ain't got no kids, so I ain't probably not gonna be there. John Wick.
Yes.
I like the first movie a lot.
Yes.
Second one, not so much.
Maybe a notch down.
No, like a couple of notches.
Fine,
down.
a couple notches.
Like for me, it's just
Still
like
very entertaining.
It was like, oh, I forgot it, and after watching it, I just didn't really care about it.
Yeah.
So for them to be making a third one, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not that excited until I saw Keanu Reeves on a horse.
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh, okay, what are they gonna do now? Like,
Until I saw Halle Berry with 2 German Shepherds.
I didn't see that.
That looks cool too. I want to see what her character. There's going to be a few actors in this that I was like, huh, I didn't expect it, but we'll wait till the movie comes out.
I don't even know who.
But I'm excited because it could very well be the final chapter. But Keanu Reeves said he's signing up for more if it's doable. But I'm looking forward to John Wick Chapter 3.
Prince Ali, something to be Alibaba.
Aladdin. They are making a live action Aladdin. There was a huge backlash too when EW released like the first images.
Never releases good photos, man.
It's kind of weird.
It
They
always
released-
like it's overlit. It's always overlit. It never looks what it's gonna look like in the movie.
Well, it wasn't even that though.
Do you
It was the
remember when
fact
they
that they
released-
showed Will Smith in his human form.
But do you remember when they released the X-Men Apocalypse cover and he looks like Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers?
Yeah, he did.
Even though he
in the
did
movie a
kind of
little
look
bit,
like it, yeah, but yeah.
But Aladdin
I don't
looks
know.
pretty good. The trailer, we only had a teaser. We have some images that we've seen.
So I completely forgot that Guy Ritchie's actually directing.
He's directing
So
it.
it's weird. Like
So
for
I don't
me,
know
just
what to
like,
expect.
I don't know.
Because Guy Ritchie is...
My favorite two of his movies that he's made is Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah, and I like Rock and Rolla. And I like the Sherlock Holmes movies are pretty good. So Aladdin, he's jumping from like these
Well, he did the King
grimy
Arthur.
things.
He did the King
That
Arthur
was
movie.
just as dark. So now he's going over
So,
to
I don't
Aladdin.
know, dude.
So it's a really great director.
I'm not gonna lie though.
I just want to know how he's going to handle the source material.
I didn't realize that this movie was coming out this year. That's how much like it's not been on my radar.
Oh, we're getting a couple of Disney movies, so it's going to be
Yo,
a big
more than a
year
couple.
for
Yeah,
Disney.
there's like a whole bunch.
So Aladdin, I'm looking forward to it. I just want to see how Genie's going to look in blue form. I am so excited for Godzilla King of the Monsters. I am a Godzilla fan. I have been since I was a little kid. Carlos has been. I'm a fan of like Gamera, King Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra, Gorgo, all the crazy kaiju that came out before the first American Godzilla film, even before Matthew Broderick, all the way back to the 70s, 60s.
that's a lot of fish.
That was really good.
I hate Matthew Broderick so much.
But Godzilla King of the Monsters looked really good. The fact that they're bringing all of them together into one movie, it blows my mind that they're taking that leap in bringing
Already,
King
though,
Ghidorah
like,
and Rodan and Mothra. But they have a good story. The story sounds really good. Saying that they are Titans, putting God in the name of Godzilla, I think it's going to be... I think it could be overblown. Maybe there might be too much going on, but I just want to see a huge slugfest.
Compared to the first Godzilla, there nothing happened in that movie.
That's true. So hopefully this is just an all-out monster war, and I hope it brings us into a really good 2020 release for Godzilla and King Kong. So I'm looking forward to this movie.
Me too. A franchise that's been alive since 2000.
Yeah.
X-Men. And the new one coming out, Dark Phoenix. It's like a reboot of a reboot because like they already made this movie.
Yeah.
Technically. But they're redoing it again. Yeah. So it's interesting. There's no continuity in these movies.
Basically, Days of Future Past wiped out everything. So Dark Phoenix never happened. Cyclops was still alive.
Dark Phoenix is happening now.
Dark Phoenix is going to happen now instead of
Last Stand.
But
Last Stand was not good.
It was horrible.
It was bad.
And this is going to be the first X-Men movie without Wolverine. So hopefully the cast can carry this movie. It's a young cast, which is also kind of weird because a lot of years have passed since First Class, and they all still look the same age. I'm looking forward to Dark Phoenix because I want to see how they're going to kind of wrap up the series now that Marvel's taking over. So, and they've postponed it, so they must have done something. They must have stepped in at some point. And
I don't know. I'm not looking forward to that whole merger, to be honest.
I am.
Because I like that there's two different universes that don't have anything to do with each other, that you get more movies in 1 year than just the one studio cranking out all the movies.
I think it's going to still be a good movie, though. I'm excited.
This one, I don't know, though. Okay, so I have a big grief with, like, Jennifer Lawrence. They're going to
kill her off in this movie.
I really hope so.
They showed it in the trailer.
I really hope so.
They showed it in the
trailer. I hope it happens in like the first 5 minutes.
She's going to die. Beast is going to hold her and cry, and she dies. That's it. I already know.
Here come the Men in Black.
I have Men in Black fatigue.
What?
Honestly, like the first Men in Black, gold. The second one, crap. The third one, slightly redeeming.
I actually didn't watch the third one.
Slightly redeeming. But
how
you
did
hit the second one.
The third one came out like years ago.
I'm done. I don't care. But now they're making another one.
I love Tessa Thompson and I love Chris Hemsworth.
That's the only reason we're looking forward to it. That's why it's on our most anticipated.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson, Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson.
Yeah.
It's a great cast. And I think they could tie it into the old Men in Blacks, which they do, right?
I think so, yeah, because there's that painting where you see Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones fighting the cockroach.
I think that's going to happen at the end of the movie, like they're going from Europe to the States.
Oh, and I get
they meet him.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then maybe like Will Smith is like the new director of MIB on the States.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I also...
And they're going to do the crossover there. They're going to meet... And they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna meet our new recruits," and it's the freaking 21 Jump Street crew. Yes, because they talked about 21 Jump Street and Men in Black.
That's not gonna happen.
Come on, imagine.
But
they went from being cops to joining the MIB.
That's so stupid.
That might be interesting, man. I don't know.
But here's my theory, though. Like you see that Liam Neeson looks like he gets killed in the movie or something like that. But I think he's actually going to be our secret bad guy. I think he's actually going to be like an alien.
Well, like, based on the trailer, it looks like he's going to be in the movie a lot longer than just the intro, because he does talk to Tessa and he arrived. He's there throughout the movie.
He's the bad guy. You can tell.
He might be the bad guy.
I bet you anything.
But anyway, enough with the theories. Men in Black International looks good.
I want there to be a new music video with more dancing aliens.
I thought the story was done.
It was over.
I cried. We went to go see it together.
There was a bunch of us. And
all of you made fun of me because I was with waterfalls. I was just like, because I just thought about my own toys. Like, I'm never giving up my toys.
No, but not just that. The scene where they're all gonna like get burned up.
Oh, that didn't make me cry. What made me cry was we're talking about Toy Story. Toy Story 4 is coming out, and I'm excited, but I also don't want them to ruin it. But at the same time,
have they ever let you down?
That's the
they
thing.
Haven't.
They
so
have not.
There's no reason to be.
And Tom
worried.
Hanks said that he even choked up while recording his lines.
Yeah.
So
he dies.
You think so? Maybe it's the end of Woody.
I think it's an end to all of them.
Ooh, that'd be too sad. But I think they're also going to try and explore, like, they're going to find out what happened to Bo Peep.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
That's another rumor.
She wasn't in the last one.
She wasn't in the third one. They just said, well, yeah, we lost Bo Peep too. And I was like, what? What happened to Bo Peep?
I think it's because the actress died. So she couldn't return to... Although a lot of those actors died.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, like, even the guy who did the Ernest movies...
That's right.
He did Slink.
Yep.
He died.
They replaced him, though.
They replaced him. And then Ham. He's dead, Don Wrinkles.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
So, I mean...
Everyone's dead!
I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to Toy Story 4. Pixar always does a great job. Toy Story is one of those solid franchises that has...
Well, I mean, it's the first Pixar movie.
Yeah, it's the very first one.
Toy Story is like one of my favorite animated movies.
Yeah. So Toy Story 4 also coming out this year, so keep an eye out for that.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I'm wearing a black suit. I'm Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, my all-time favorite Marvel character, superhero.
Do you like this new incarnation of Spider-Man?
I do. There's a whole thing we could talk about with Spider-Man. That could be a whole separate video.
You're right.
Because I have a lot to talk about.
Right.
But why are we looking forward to it?
I'm not. That's why.
I'm looking forward to it because Homecoming was good.
I was way looking forward to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse more than this.
Oh, heck yeah. Into the Spider-Verse was amazing.
Yeah, and I loved it. But this one, I'm like, oh.
There's a few reasons I'm looking forward to it, and this is only because I'm a comic book nerd. So the fact that they're going to kind of tap into some costumes that haven't been shown, like Spider-Man Noir.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they're tapping into Spider-Man Noir. He's going to wear an all-black costume that looks identical, minus the fedora. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. The fact that Mysterio's in it, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. So I'm excited to see that. And I'm kind of interested to see this whole twist that was supposedly revealed that Mysterio's going to be a good guy. And maybe also a bad guy. We'll see what happens with that. And there's this whole other rumor that Happy Hogan and Aunt May are going to have a romantic relationship.
Here's my theory. This isn't really Spider-Man. This isn't the real Spider-Man.
Okay, you're just getting a little too deep.
He got dusted. He's gone. I don't know what it says. Can you lift me up? No, do it. Please.
Lion King. They're making a live action Lion King. They have a great cast lined up for the voices. Yes, it's not really live action. It's CGI animation.
The whole thing is animated.
But it takes place in a live action world.
Not really, because it's all animated. James Earl Jones coming back as Mufasa. We have Donald Glover.
Yeah.
We have Beyonce, Queen Bee. Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah.
He's playing Scar.
Oh, that's gonna be really cool. That's gonna be really cool.
Dude, I'm actually looking forward to
how you're gonna top Jeremy Irons is gonna be really hard.
He was very flamboyant.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe this Scar will be just evil.
Ooh, freaks me out.
But maybe also flamboyant.
And I think it's going to have that. And, the cartoon Lion King was one of those cartoons that just came out of nowhere. First original story from Disney Animation Studios.
Even though Kimba the Lion was actually...
It's totally based on Kimba the White Lion.
Yeah.
Live action animation, Lion King. I'm looking forward to that one. I want to see if they take it to, what other flavors can they add to this story?
Oh man, I think more comedy,
more songs,
but like with Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah,
dude, I don't know. It's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be kind of weird too to see it.
I think Seth Rogen's playing Pumbaa. I hope it's Seth Rogen.
But it has a great cast, so
I hope it's also Seth
Rogen.
I
think that's going to be breaking some records for Disney. One of the very few directors to never let me down, except when it came to Jackie Brown.
It was a good movie.
It was good, but I was like, I'm looking forward to Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Me too. Al Pacino, Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know who else. Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie.
Yep.
Dakota Fanning.
Yep. Great cast, based on a true story, being circled around the whole Manson murders.
Mm-hmm. Funny thing about that, well, it's not funny, but Sharon Tate is actually from my hood. She lived like near where I work right now.
Oh, here in the Northeast?
Yeah, because her parents or her father was stationed here.
Oh, man. And it's going to be interesting how Quentin Tarantino has a certain flair, certain style. I want to see, is he going to alter the reality of this, or is he going to follow it?
No. I think it's going to be like a totally Tarantinoized story.
Version of it?
Because it's like a skewed version of what happened.
Okay.
Just like everything
maybe the same
else.
Things will happen, but it's going to have a whole new fictional story.
I think in this one maybe Sharon Tate survives and she kills off the Manson murders. Like that to me sounds amazing. Actually,
that would be interesting to see.
Right? So who knows? I'm not going to say that.
Man, you have to watch this video because we've made so many predictions that what if they all come true? Anyway, you can hold us to it later.
So one of my favorite TV movies as a kid was It. Now,
traumatized me.
I didn't think it was that scary, but I loved it.
A Lifetime original.
The thing about it, though, is that I always loved the first half when they're kids.
Yeah.
Not so much the second half. Like, I don't even think I sat through that second half.
It's a little boring.
At all.
There's some scenes with, like, John Ritter that really, like, traumatized me. But, yeah.
So, It Chapter 2 is dealing with that second half. They can't do it worse than they did in the TV movie, and it can't be as boring as that.
And we have some pretty good actors on this one.
So
Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, that's
Bill Hader.
So I'm actually looking forward to this version of It. So hopefully it just doesn't let me down.
And I'm hoping it still delivers those thrills, the scares. Yeah, It Chapter 2 has to be on that list. If you saw the first It, you have to see the second one, definitely on the anticipated list. One movie that kind of came out of nowhere. We didn't really... It was kind of like, why are they making this? But we got excited once we saw the test footage. Joker.
Oh, yeah.
Joker.
Yeah. One, don't like Todd Phillips.
Okay.
So, because I'm like Hangover, really. But he also did that one with Jonah Hill and Miles Teller. War Dogs. And I didn't see it, but I heard it's really good. But then it's produced by Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
And,
so you got some heavy hitters
and you
on
got Joaquin Phoenix. And it's not a part of the DCEU or whatever.
Yeah,
it's its own thing, which is what I love. Like, I miss those standalone, like one-shot type of stories. Like, that's what I love. So... Joker, I'm actually looking very forward to.
And it looks like it's like you said, it's not going to be part of the universe at all. There's a lot of crazy theories about it, which we could talk about for days. Really fun theories of, like, what kind of incarnation of Joker is this?
Well, it doesn't look like he fell into acid this time again.
He does a lot of running.
It looks
that's
like
all the test footage we've seen.
It looks like more of like war paint, kind of like Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Which I like. But then also like a throwback to the 60s and The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
He has blue and red.
And the costumes, everything looks... I mean, it looks
like
it
looks very vintage. It's like the 60s or 70s.
And I don't know. I have a small theory that Joker is going to be based on a guy who inspires the real Joker to be who he is. That's my theory.
Wait, so you think it's still part of the DCEU?
No, I think it's going to still be a standalone movie, but I think he's going to be the inspiration for who becomes the real Joker. Because Bruce Wayne is still a kid, his dad's alive, and well, it could very well end with...
It could be like a different version of where like
I'm gonna make a call right now.
The parents don't die.
I'm gonna make a call right now that the very end of the movie, Joker kills the parents of Bruce Wayne.
Like in Batman 89?
Yes, like Batman 89. Wouldn't everyone love that callback?
Star Wars? Get your Star Wars here!
Star Wars Episode 9.
I wish they would all talk like that. Look at here, see?
I'm Luke Skywalker, see? So stupid. Star Wars Episode 9, we don't have a title, we don't have a trailer, but it's on the most anticipated list because it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
And, honestly, like, these standalone films don't really make the top, like, anticipated lists, like Solo and stuff like that, but if it's part of the core story, the Skywalker saga, that's what we want to see. And this is the final one. It's going to wrap it up. It's the last time, Carrie Fisher wasn't here to film it, but it's her last appearance.
That's actually what I'm looking forward to, is just to see what they're gonna do. Because, this is the first time that they don't have her at all.
Yeah.
So they have to put in footage from Force Awakens and Last Jedi together and do their CGI magic and make her say things that I don't know.
And there's a bunch of things being said, like, so I think Rian Johnson did great with The Last Jedi. But actually, everyone's saying J.J. Abrams.
I really did like Last Jedi a little bit more than The Force Awakens.
Yeah, I liked it way more than Force Awakens, but everyone's saying J.J. Abrams is going to come in and swoop and save the story. But one thing I was thinking about and I read online is, what if J.J. Abrams came in and the very opening scene, Skywalker, the whole thing, all of Last Jedi was just a vision. And then it just totally replaces the story and fixes everything.
What a...
Cop-out.
No, what a disappointment that would be.
That would be very disappointing.
No, that just... No, I wouldn't even stick around for the movie.
As soon as that happens, all right, peace out.
I would be like, nope, this is it.
Yeah.
For me, that's it. No more.
But there's a lot of things that I want to see, and I'm really hoping they bring back, because they've mentioned so much in Force Awakens and Last Jedi that we don't know if we're gonna ever see it. So Knights of Ren, I want to see a huge battle with that.
I don't know. I thought they were gonna show up in the last movie. I thought in that red room.
Yes.
I thought they were actually.
That was the original idea too. They were supposed to be in there.
Well, I mean, who knows if they were actually supposed to? But that's what I thought.
That was the original title or story.
How do you know?
Because it was already mentioned.
George Lucas gave you a.
No, Rian
script.
Johnson did.
Right. Anyway, so although I'm very, very much anticipating Star Wars, it's actually one of my least anticipated ones.
What's your most for the?
Well, no, I'm not. But the reason is because of the fans sometimes go crazy, and they just they can never be happy. They're like, Force Awakens is too much like the New Hope, and then The Last Jedi is too different. It's like, what do you want? So,
well, you know what they want is they want the fan-made Darth Vader movie that just came out. That was really good.
Okay, but it's a great 5-minute YouTube video.
Yes, it's gonna get even better.
That's
what the fans want. When a fan makes the movie, fans go crazy for it.
And that's not true.
But
that's not true.
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
No. We're gonna talk more about it later because we're concentrating on the most anticipated movies. Star Wars was the last one that's coming out at the end of the year, so we have to wait a whole year till we can see Star Wars. But we have plenty to see. A lot of the ones we anticipate could suck. I think a lot of them could be awesome. Maybe all of them are going to be awesome. Who knows? But let us know what your most anticipated movies are for 2019. And right below Martin, hit the subscribe button so you can get more content.
We are bringing back a show that we did over a year ago.
Nerd Out and About. So make sure you check that out.
Revamping that up.
Yes.
And that's got to be a thing. That's going to be special for us. And more podcasts. Hopefully more interviews. I don't know.
We'll see. We had some awesome interviews last year. We're hoping to speak to some more awesome people this year. So we'll see how it goes. That's it from NerdFellas. I'm Mike.
I'm Martin.
Nerd out.